Well, it is all over. It's FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers. Bafana Bafana 2, Benin. Iqanda with Benin and Bafana Bafana 2. Bafana Bafana gets crucial 3 points away from home. And this is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe. Share utshele nabangazi ukuthi la sikuphathele ngaphathwa abaningi. Elami igama usibona isosizo owakwamnikazi isibongo. We saw beautiful goals. The first one from Lyle Foster, which we thought it was going outside, but it hits the ball and then gets inside the net. And the second goal, it came from the bench. We saw a police hitting that set piece, and then Adams also from the bench with a beautiful header, and Bafana managed to advance with 2 goals.
Good evening, compatriots. This is a Bafana versus Benin review, FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers, where we saw Bafana getting two goals and keeping a clean sheet, which resulted in them getting the well-deserved 3 points today.
Before the game, I saw something beautiful shared by Bafana page where Williams kids wanted to come and see them training, and Williams went to those kids and then they wanted some autograph, which is a beautiful thing to see in when our national treasures are being admired even outside of South Africa.
Yeah, Williams is an icon. He's an icon, both at club level and at national team. He's been exceptional in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves to be recognized as he's getting the recognition from across the continent, and recently from the primary school kids. It's a very good gesture that we would like to see. We all want to see our Bafana players becoming icons.
Yeah.
Because they live by being brands, and those brands needs to be maintained. Those brands needs to be worked on in order for them to be well recognizable in around the continent and around the world. So it was great to see, and we hope more and more of our players are getting recognized as he's getting.
First half and the second half. The first half, I saw the game, I thought something was coming. Bafana, they were trying something, but not necessarily much on goal attempts, shots on targets. It was a bit of a scrappy game, based on my opinion. But when we won,
I think it was a good away game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I can put it that way.
Yeah,
it was a good away game, because when you're playing away, I think in the first half you shouldn't be too adventurous. You need to come there and read the opponent and see what threat they possesses, and I think we perfected that in the first half by not being too forward. Although we had those glimpses of small chances that we created, but I think we were very cautious. I didn't see a lot of Percy Tau in the final third. I didn't see a lot of Percy Tau in the final third. We just kept our shape and ensured that we just keep our shape and let the forwards play when they play. And at some stages we would see that we were outnumbered in our attacks, and as a result we didn't get a lot of clear chances, and that changed in the second half, which resulted in the goals. And I think it was a good away game, because in the away games you have to come up more, especially in the second half, after having read what the opponent gives in the game.
Yeah, a beautiful combination from coach, something that we are not used to see, where Obas and Talent and Bata in a center, giving some solid performance as well in this particular game.
Yeah, I think today we came up with the 4-2-3-1 from the rating of the players that we had, because from backline we had a similar backline we had in the game of Lesotho, where we had Upodlela and Gezana, and then Percy Tau, and then Percy Tau on the left, and then in the center there was no Mkwena, there was no this boy Jaden Adams. So we had to up us no talent sitting here at the back, guiding back line with, and then just in front of them there was a Percy Tau, and then on the left there was Mfuke, and on the right there was Umren, and then we had a Lyle Foster forward. And I think we had a good game because we saw a lot of in the second half more especially, we saw a lot of Pasadena coming forward, being adventurous, because he had seen there's not so much threats coming into his side, and so he could get the freedom to go forward, and it resulted in one of the goals that we scored, which was a brilliant goal from Lyle Foster, a very smart touch that he made inside the box. And then also on the side of Umren, I didn't see a lot of him in the first half, but in the second half I think he really pitched up. He pitched up, and there were a lot of balls that he created in trying to make sure we will get an advantage together with Ukulusom Tau on their side. And then Percy Tau, not very exceptional game, but I think he didn't make a lot of mistakes. He was there to make sure that we get those combination passes. Also, as well as Mfuke, not his best game, but I don't think he had a terrible game. He was there to make sure that we are organized and created some few chances that we got. And it was a very, very good game for us, considering the fact that we were playing away.
Yeah. Would you say performance Percy Tau? You remember the last game that we played against Lesotho, there were so many talking points on his performance and so many critics. You know, when you go to the social media, people are always criticizing, and abanye it's constructive criticism, abanye it's just something that doesn't make sense. But based on today's performance, do you think is it an improvement from the previous performance, or it's just still the same?
I don't think he upped the gears. Into that will depend on the preference of coach going forward. To be honest.
So you didn't see any difference from this game and I'm
not a lot. Not a lot. Although today he didn't have a responsibility to have a more upfront, because I think he was playing as a 10, trying to connect between our central midfielders to our forwards. But Percy Tau being Percy Tau, you are expecting him to do shots on targets, to do those through balls, to make those shoulder runs around the shoulders of the defenders, to do those dribbles. We don't see that from Percy Tau. I don't know, maybe he's getting old, maybe he's a Tau that is more matured now. And as I'm saying, it would depend who something and we project that or not going forward. But we can still get more energetic players in these positions who can still give us more. But it would depend on the preference of a coach.
First half, I saw a lot of goal attempts from Talent Mbata, where I thought he could have passed, but he would go and take a shot. And we have seen previously that had worked for him and for Bafana Bafana when he took those shots previously and then got some goals that played a crucial role in ensuring that we secure a spot there when we were still qualifying for AFCON. But today he did take those shots, but they didn't materialize.
Yeah. Firstly, I think he had a decent game as a central midfielder.
Sure.
Take nothing away from that, but I think he tries too much with Tama shots, and more Tama shots we always gonna have ama misses, except where ushaya ngona kubonile ukuthi hayi you guaranteed la ukuthi you'll make a shot on target. But when he tries that much as he does, I think he had 3 shots today. One was a deflection which resulted in a corner, and the other 2 were just way away from the goalpost. So if he believes Wusi maybe taking shots is one of his strengths, I think he should spend more time trying to practice those.
Them.
Yeah, and eventually it's going to be one of his strengths, and he's gonna grow in those strengths, and he's gonna grow as a central midfielder that he is.
Yeah. Then Adams. Boy, oh boy. He came in as a sub and then he managed to get a header and then it's a goal. Adams was last time kicked out from this Bafana Bafana based on a behavioral issue when they were expected to report to the camp and he was not there. And then now he's given another opportunity to then come in, and last game he raised his hand, and then today he also raises his hand.
Yeah, Hugo Bruce is one of the men that I respect.
Sure.
Yeah, bo. He takes decisions based on the current circumstances.
Yeah.
No crutches, no nothing. And he once said that only a fool doesn't change his mind. That was when he was dealing with the issue of Tsembazwane.
Yeah.
And we saw what Tsembazwane brought after he gained his confidence. So I think in his last days at Stellenbosch, Jaden Adams was not called. And I think we last saw him in the AFCON squad. And the game subsequent to that, we didn't see a lot of him. And then when he joined Sundowns, and I think he's been very involved in Sundowns games. And maybe Hugo Bruce, being a man that watches a lot of football games in the PSL, saw something in Jaden Adams that he hadn't seen maybe in the space where he didn't call him, and when he suspended him from the national team to now. And then I think he's working on those. And Jaden Adams, being very young as he is, I think Hugo Bruce is taking a very good decision in working on him.
Yeah.
And he's gonna grow as being one of the good players for the project and the national team.
Sure. Well, a draw for Rwanda and Lesotho, another draw for Mozambique and Nigeria.
That's Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe and Nigeria. And the Bafana managed to win. That put us in a better position.
Yeah, it was.
So are we going to the FIFA World Cup next year?
Yeah, it was. Let's get there, Lamabunj.
Siya next year.
Let's get there, it was.
Uphendula umbuzo. Asawuzwa.
Asikaqedi phela.
Siya next year.
We want to go.
Mawuthaqala ukujoyina, please do subscribe, share, tshele nabakazi ukuthi we are here. Khona mina ngintswempu. This is my views, my expressions from mina. Fana kamnikathi kampela uconsi ujamba nomaqoqo comment ehlangene ngithi. We are of here.
Sibonge bafethu, bafana kawufela.